Welcome to Mrs. Feighery's video number 1, chapter 29, Wilsonian Progressivism at Home and Abroad. Well, first we're going to talk about the Bull Moose campaign of 1912. With the Republican Party split in half, the Democrats felt they could win the presidency for the first time in 16 years. One possible candidate was Dr. Woodrow Wilson, a once mild conservative but now militant progressive who had been the president of Princeton University and the governor of New Jersey. As governor, he didn't permit himself to be controlled by the bosses and had attacked trusts and passed liberal measures. In 1912, in Baltimore, the Democrats nominated Wilson on the 46th ballot after William Jennings Bryan swung his support over to Wilson's side. The Democratic ticket would run under a platform called New Freedom, which would include many progressive reforms. At the Progressive Convention, Jane Addams put Theodore Roosevelt's name on the nomination. Roosevelt spoke, and he ignited an almost religious spirit in the crowd. He got the progressive nomination, and entering the campaign, Roosevelt said that he felt as strong as a bull moose, which is why it's nicknamed the Bull Moose Campaign of 1912. That also made the animal the unofficial progressive symbol. Republican William Taft and Teddy Roosevelt tore into each other as the former friends now ripped every aspect of each other's platforms and personalities. Meanwhile, Roosevelt's New Nationalism and Wilson's New Freedom became the key issues. Roosevelt's New Nationalism was inspired by Herbert Croly's The Promise of American Life. It stated that the government should control the bad trusts, leaving the good trusts alone and free to operate. Roosevelt also campaigned for female suffrage and a broad program of social welfare, such as minimum wage laws and socialistic social insurance. Wilson's New Freedom favored small enterprise. It desired to break up all trusts, not just the bad ones, and basically shunned social welfare programs. The campaign was stopped when Roosevelt was shot in the chest in Milwaukee, but he delivered his speech anyway. Afterwards, he was rushed to the hospital, but recovered in 2 weeks. With the Republican split, Woodrow Wilson easily won with 435 electoral votes, with Roosevelt only having 88 and Taft only having 8. But the Democrats did not receive the majority of the popular vote because it only totaled 41%. Socialist Eugene Debs had racked up over 900,000 popular votes, while the combined popular totals of Roosevelt and Taft exceeded Wilson. Essentially, Teddy Roosevelt's participation had cost the Republicans the election. William Taft would later become the only U.S. president to be appointed Chief Justice of the Supreme Court when he was nominated in 1921. And this is the works cited page. All images in this presentation are from the public domain.